before coming in to visit with our kittens that are being treated for Panloop or are under Panloop quarantine. So the first place you're going to stop is when you come back to the back wards. You're going to read these instructions. That's going to tell you exactly what to do. We're going to look at this board. Any ward that has a green star are a population that you're going to be working with. And you're going to make sure to go in order of care. And so let's go get suited up and I'll show you the process. All right, so the first step, we want to have a base layer. So you're going to grab a scrub top. They might be here waiting to be folded, or they might be folded and put away under here. So you can just look around. And then we're going to follow me down. Now, each exposed ward has a sign that says the PPE requirements. And so we're going to do gown, gloves, and booties. So over here, this is this station. So you'll have your gown, your gloves, and your booties. So I'm going to get suited up and then we'll go inside. So you're going to want to assess how spirity the kittens that you're working with are. Some might be normal and some might be pretty spirity. Every cage is going to have one of these little bags. This is their enrichment bag, and it has some fun stuff, some interactive toys and that you can play with. There's some lookable treats that you might want to offer them, and also they're all going to have a little toothbrush. It's either going to be attached to their cage or in their bag, and this is a good thing that you can use to sort of assess how spirity they are or how spicy they are. So we can come and see these guys. So you can see these guys are all kind of hunched together, but they're not looking like they're gonna dart. So I'm just gonna offer this and see what they do. So this one kind of came forward. He's a little interested. They're still a little scared, but that's okay. So then I'm gonna give him a little chin rub. Hi, and then we can go ahead and pet their full body. And what's nice about the toothbrush is as you work with them, their scent gets on the little bristles. So it's both like a massage, and it also has their smell on it, which can help to decrease their stress. So you can spend a little time rubbing their little face, and then use an interactive toy to play with them. All right, so we're gonna visit the Panloop exposed kittens first, based on the order on the board. I accidentally forgot to put my gown on in the last video. You might have noticed that, so don't do that. You're gonna have your base layer and your gown when you go into each ward. So now we're outside the Panloop positive ward. So these are the guys that are most feral, need the most work, and we also really need to pay attention to the PPE and making sure that no supplies come out of this ward. So I would go ahead and read this entire thing before you go in. I also have these yellow gowns, which don't make as much noise as the white gowns. So that's less scary for these kittens because they are very fearful. All right, so we'll get suited up and go in. Okay, so we have, we're gonna start with Major. So these guys on their cage, they're gonna have their enrichment bag. This towel is for when staff is burritoing them to do their treatment, and then they should have a toothbrush, and they're gonna have a little extension on there because these guys are really fearful. So again, you've got some interactive toys in here they might be interested in, and then this we're going to kind of try to gently rub their face and get their scent on the bristles and give them a little head massage. So I'm gonna open this and try to be quiet when we open the door. And these guys just came in here today, so they're really, really scared. But again, I'm just gonna extend, let him sniff it. Just kind of gently rub his little face. And you want to talk quietly to them. You can slow blink at them. And this might be all that you get for the first couple times. So we don't want to force too much, but we kind of want to make sure that we do some consistent interactions. So we can, and then we've got some things in the bag, like some interactive toys. Even if they don't engage right away, it's at least getting them used to people being around and different sights and sounds. All right, so we're gonna visit one more kitten, but I just wanted to show you there's some extra enrichment supplies here and some bigger interactive toys that these guys can share. These are all from the same litter, so you don't need to worry about changing your gown between each. They're all under the same treatment. So the most scared one in here is Lyric. He's the black kitty. And we'll just visit with him. can see, he's the one that's most likely to dart. Hi, sweetheart. We're just gonna kind of do the same thing. Just get him used to people and something other than medication that's happening when people interact with him. And I want to show you one more thing. Actually, in here, we've got these little squeezy treats. So you might, when you come in, you might want to open one and they can share for all four. So they might not be interested in all in eating. They're a little bit nauseous and that's fine. But we could just get them even to smell the food. So you can put a little bit on your finger and you can kind of just put it in front of the kitten. Just let him sniff it. And if he doesn't show any interest, that's fine. There's a back scratcher. You could put a little food on the back scratcher if you need an extra extension. Or you could also just offer the squeezy treat with a little bit on the end. And if not interested in all, that's totally fine. After a few sessions, these guys will start to interact with you more. So when we're ready to leave this ward, I'm going to show you just kind of the order to disrobe things. So you're going to go ahead and take your gown off. And then you're going to just hold it. We're going to go ahead and take our booties off. And then we're going to go into the communal space. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my gloves off. And there's a trash can right around the corner. So I just put them right in there. Okay, so your last stop is going to be this cage here. The kittens aren't in here yet. They will be there shortly. These are the kittens that recovered from Panlu, so they still need to be isolated and we need to wear PPE. So they're going to have their little baggie. These are spirit kittens, so you're going to want to treat them like spirit kittens. And then over here we're going to have the PPE, which is going to be the gloves and a gown. And that should be it. So thank you so much for coming in and helping the kittens.